Many people have accepted that Jesus died and rose up. They have accepted the gospel of salvation. They know that Jesus loved the world. They know that God loved the world. They have accepted it and joined the family of God. But they came in and saw that we only preach a message. We don't practicalize a message. It's not the love God showed us to give us a son. It's not the love God showed us to make us sons. It is God's love we must demonstrate to keep other sons. The power of Christianity, it flows in love. You are not powerful in Christianity. You are not powerful if you don't love. The most powerful is not the one who preaches and people come forward that have given my life to Christ. The most powerful is the one who sustained the one who came forward until he kept his faith till the last day. We don't know our assignment as a church. Our assignment as a church is not to be proving how we can prophesy, how we can preach, how we can let people fall, how we can do this. Our assignment is to practicalize the message of the cross until everybody come among us and they don't see anything but love. Suddenly a doctrine shot up and we started to fight enemies in church. In our prayer, we started fighting and tagging people as enemies. And that was the nature of the world. They were able to look at people like us and tag them as enemies. And they fought them, attacked them, and they lived their lives to disadvantage those they have tagged as enemies. And suddenly the church adapted it. And we brought it into our worship and our system. And we started introducing something called enemies. We brought it in our prayers. We brought it in our preachings. We made people understand that they have enemies they have to fight. And that is what turned Christianity around. And today we suspect each other. Even as we walk in church, walk home, as offices, we have introduced a system of enmity, denomination to denomination, pastors to pastors. So today, so far you preach or don't. Members say and we still preach love. We are the ones that tell our members that if it is not my church, don't enter any church. Yet we say we are preachers of love. What happened? That we suddenly made certain preaching topics another pastor. Into so a stronghold has been placed in the person's mind, and the pastor doesn't know that he that must herald the message of love is rather heralding the message of enmity. Somebody can see you and never want to have anything to do with you, not because he hates you, but because in his church one of the doctrines says that you don't deal with any other pastor. Be careful when you tag them as enemies. So God spoke through David and said that he set a table before me in the presence of my enemies. They say they are tagging enemies, but to God they are not enemies. They must be fed so that they will correspond perfectly to your elevation. And I know David just say, Madam for no ne mama no on one enemy dipano. When our friend a town for a radin friend a town for a radin friend will be our Bible woman Yankupan Sem and in a Juma Bemo. It is you that cause some people enemies and you want to fight them off. I would take my time, because if they leave, a higher enemy will come. So there are people we call enemies. They are the reason why other enemies have not come. It was in Job chapter 42 that God made Job understand that his friends were not really enemies. God told Job, pray for your friends. And the moment Job prayed for his friends, God doubled the blessings of Job. Because without them, Job, you would not have stayed up to hold on to your faith. You wanted to prove to them that your God will redeem you. And God intentionally planted them. There are some people like they are sustainers of our faith. You wouldn't have been pushing like this. And to thought that you need somebody who will stand you. Do you know why the brothers of Joseph got an inheritance in the land of Egypt. They shouldn't. But without their enmity and their hatred was a divine assignment. Without their hatred, Joseph, you cannot be a prime minister. So after you wrote on their hatred to become a prime minister, they must have a share in your blessing. So God made sure that they got Goshen. Why? Because it was their hatred that brought you elevation. You tagged them enemies. God didn't.